What is going on, guys? It's the year of 2025. AI is taking over the world. I just read an article about Sundar Pichai, or whatever his name is. He's the guy from Google. And, he said that, maybe someday soon, within like a year or something, um, AI might actually take over jobs like mine, being the CEO of Google. That's who he is. And I just put myself in people's shoes today, like these people going to college, these people studying in high school and all this and that. And I really truly believe that they just have it way worse off than I did. And it's like too bad. I feel bad for these people. When I was going to high school, when I was going to college, we had so much stability in the world. It was like, okay, yep, you could go and you could be a doctor, you could be a nurse, a therapist, you could be an accountant, you could be a math person, a biology, whatever. You could just do whatever, and like you had like a road to prosperity, and like things were normal. Now it's like everyone that's going to college these days, they have to think really hard about what's my actual path to make money from this, with AI as being a huge threat. Um, yeah, like, for example, people that are going for like business and accounting and stuff like that, especially like these small paying jobs, like a payroll person, a human resources person, um, and like a general accountant that just does like the real basic stuff, like a bookkeeper, I think they call them. I think for now, people like nurses are going to be needed for a long time, like a really long time, thousands of years probably. You're going to need some human people doing that. I would think. Maybe I'm way off. And then of course people like plumbers and stuff like that. That's really protected, very insulated from all this madness. But hold on a sec. Oh, okay, never mind. Hopefully we're all good here. Hopefully there's not a bunch of background noise from this whatnot shit I'm watching. But yeah, I just really feel bad for these people. Like, I can't imagine. I should talk to some of these people that are doing this. I have some cousins. They're not old enough yet, but they will be. And I'll just say, like, so, yeah, like, what's your plan? What are you going to do with your life? How do you know what you're going to do with your life? I don't know what they're telling kids to do these days. Like, what's even being recommended for people? Are they telling them to go to the plumbing schools and things like that? Or are they saying, yeah, I don't know what they're saying. I mean, be a teacher, let's say. What do teachers even do these days, man? We have this AI stuff. The kids just look everything up. I would think. I mean, that's what happens. Kids just look it all up with AI. So the learning is not happening. I was reading something today. This is also part of like why I even got here. Is I came upon a thing about there's something called like Beal's conjecture, and it's a math problem. And he claims that there's no solutions to his problem that he made up. So he says, I want to see a proof that my theorem is not right. And for like, I don't know, 20 some 30 years, something like that, no one has solved it. And I don't want to get into what it is because it's complicated. I'll say it's like cute. The square, yeah, don't let me not even get it. I'm not a math person that much either. But essentially, cubes and anything beyond that cannot add up to positive numbers. Yeah, go ahead and look into it yourself. But I thought about, okay, this theorem was a massive thing. It was a major math realization, and it happened in like 1650, the year of 1650, by a French guy. And he was probably like a freak genius math guy. And not everybody back then was like crazy good at all that stuff. But like, you think about these people, Aristotle, Socrates, all of these guys that really kind of had stuff figured out. There's always going to be smart people, I think. But like, I think it's just going to be a different thing though. Like, the age of knowledge is just dead. We're in the age of computers. We're in the age of AI. And what I mean by the age of knowledge, okay, someone says to you, what's this song? No one's going to care. Nobody needs to know any of that anymore. You can just ask your phone. Having cool knowledge about anything just doesn't matter. Knowing history about what happened here, what country did this, blah blah blah. Nothing matters anymore. I think we're at that. I think we're at that thing. I think we're at that point. And by the way, coincidentally, maybe I was at church last week, and the priest said, he said, "We are in the end times." He said that. I've never had that thought at all. I've never had that thought. Like, oh yeah, we're in the end times. And I'm not saying the world's going to end or something. I mean, I have no idea. Who knows? I'm not going to try to predict that. But I will say for sure that the world is in a really crazy position right now. If you're a young guy, I feel like just knowing myself, I'd be so paralyzed as to what to do. I had a hard time in my current stable world of picking something, you know. When I'm talking about going to college, I did do that, and so I had to make a decision. It was a really tough decision. Makes me think about, like, most people, they just don't seem to have these problems with decision making. Like, they just pick something and go with it, and that's it. And I just didn't really have anything that was calling to me. I thought computer science. I tried it, and it just was a little bit too hard, I felt like, and so maybe I could have done it. But then I switched my major to finance, and that was like pretty good. I was pretty good at that, and I knew a lot about it. But yeah, I mean, even thinking back on that with my current age and stuff like this, it's a lot that they expect kids to do. It's like backwards, actually. That they expect you to, like, pick out your college, what you want to do, before you've ever even had a chance to do it. You have no idea what it would actually be like. You have no idea what those jobs would entail. Yet you're supposed to make a decision about that. Isn't that crazy? I think that's backwards. I mean, I think it's great to learn some stuff, like go to school. I mean, it was good. Yeah, learning stuff. I mean, all these things are okay. But yeah, first of all, are the kids going to learn anything anyways anymore? And then second of all, okay, great, let's go to school until we're like 18, but then can we just start working or something? Like, do we got to go right to college? I mean, I think that's backwards. I think it's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm going to end the video with this. I feel really bad for the kids today that have to figure out this whole world with the AI and the replacement of humans and what people are going to do, and should they even go to college anymore? Like, is that just an outdated concept? Or, just, yeah, what's going to happen to people? What are you going to do? How are you going to live? How are you going to survive? How are you going to eat? How are you going to do all this stuff? I don't know. I feel bad for them. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Most people don't seem to really think AI is going to be a bad thing. They think it's going to just be a good thing. Amazing things for society. I wonder what, though. It's like, okay, well, I know that we're building all these data centers. We're going to pollute the shit out of the world, burn lots of resources, so that people can make these dumbass AI generated videos and stuff. Or what is it for? I could see some uses of it. Point your phone at a sign in Japan and say, make this into English. They could quickly do that. I know they probably already could. I'd be shocked if that wouldn't work. So that's a cool thing to have. Yeah, I agree. But I think the whole point of it is it's just going to replace people a lot. And how are we going to live without jobs? Like, that's so pivot. That's so much of a cornerstone in the world. So nobody has a job anymore. That's what we want, or very few people do. Just the people that actually use their hands and stuff. We're going back to that or something. Like, there is no knowledge jobs. There's no, like, white collar anymore. Let me know, guys. Apologies on the hair. I fell asleep. And so, yeah, it looks like you guys can see it, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. And pray for the young people. Pray for the world. Take care.